Welcome back, focused learners. If you're a retail business owner, a store manager, or honestly anyone tasked with overseeing commercial spaces, you're definitely going to want to grab a notepad for this one. Today, we're taking commercial security guidance from the team at Affordable Security Shutters and turning it into a direct, actionable business consultation right here, just for you. We're talking real-world storefront protection, grounded in actual installation and service experience. We're going to fundamentally flip how you view your loss prevention budget by tackling retail security costs right at the storefront. So let me ask you a question. Are your daily security measures quietly costing you money? It's kind of a provocative thought, isn't it? Most of us just see security as this fixed, unavoidable expense. You pay for the alarms, you pay for the cameras, and you pay your staff to lock everything up. But what the experts really emphasize is that your current nightly routines, like the physical things your team does every single day to secure your assets, might actually be a massive hidden financial drain on your entire operation. Okay, let's dive into this. Think about the old way of doing things, which is what so many retailers still do. You're paying staff hourly wages simply to haul premium, regulated, or super valuable inventory off the floor and into a locked back room every single night, only to drag it all back out the next morning. Now, contrast that with the smart way, securing those valuable assets right where they sit with a dedicated counter shutter. By shifting from that old way to the smart way, you immediately stop a hidden financial bleed. You aren't just buying a physical barrier, you are literally buying back hours of payroll every single week. To help you build a better blueprint for your business, here is our roadmap for today's explainer. First, we'll uncover those hidden security costs. Second, we're going to look at counter shutters in action across a few different industries. Third, we'll walk through 4 physical steps to protection. And finally, we will calculate that long-term return on investment. This is built to be efficient, logical, and highly practical for your bottom line. Section 1. The hidden security costs. We really need to look well beyond just break-ins to spot the true drain on your budget. According to the pros at Affordable Security Shutters, there are 3 hidden drains just quietly eating away at your profit margins. First up, like we just touched on, is that labor spent moving products to inventory rooms. That is payroll that isn't generating any revenue whatsoever. Second is product damage. Think about it. The more your staff handles, boxes, and transports premium stuff like high-end alcohol or fragile electronics for daily stock rotation, the higher the risk of accidental breakage. That is pure loss right there. And third, off-hours vulnerabilities in your counter spaces. When one part of a building stays open while another is closed, those exposed counters become absolutely prime targets. Moving on to Section 2, counter shutters in action. Let's see how different industries are actually solving these exact problems. Now, what's really interesting here is how perfectly adaptable these systems are to incredibly specific venue challenges. Take pharmacies, for example. They're often located inside larger grocery stores that stay open super late. A counter shutter secures that restricted pharmacy area during its specific off hours, while the rest of the store just stays open for business. Or think about convenience stores. They use them to protect extensive, regulated items behind the counter, which directly cuts out that labor cost of moving them. In bars and restaurants, shutters protect premium liquor bottles from theft and reduce product damage from constant handling, all while keeping the high-end look of the place. Stadiums use them to lock down ticket counters on non-event days. And banks? They use them to secure teller lanes during vulnerable times like the lunch hour rush. The versatility is just fantastic. And there's a quote from the Affordable Security Shutters team that really hits the nail on the head. They say, "Counter spaces can be common targets for burglars and looters in any environment." Whether you're running a massive, high-traffic stadium ticketing booth or a quiet little hotel bar, the baseline threat is exactly the same. If you have a counter space, you have a vulnerability that criminals actively look for. Putting up a rolling shutter provides a highly visible, incredibly secure deterrent to stop them in their tracks. All right, Section 3, 4 steps to protection. It's time to build out your own security blueprint. Consider this your physical security blueprint. According to the experts, every solid security system requires you to evaluate 4 exact physical factors. Seriously, you can't skip any of these if you want a setup that works efficiently for your specific business. Step 1 is size and location, which dictates the physical footprint. I mean, a small single window obviously needs something totally different than a wide curving pharmacy counter. Step 2 is material and durability. Step 3 is design and aesthetics. And Step 4 is operation and access. Let's look a bit closer at those actual materials.
So the crucial point is that your specific risk level dictates your material choice. If your business has high security needs, the guidance points directly to solid or perforated rolling shutters. Those are absolutely the most secure options you can get. But if you're operating in an environment with medium security needs, say inside a shopping mall or a monitored hotel lobby, you have some other great options. You could go with clear polycarbonate shutters or side-folding grills. You're basically matching the physical strength of the barrier directly to the reality of your day-to-day threat level.
And hey, locking down your assets doesn't mean you have to ruin your store's carefully crafted look. You can actually match the design right to your venue. A pharmacy might choose a transparent, side-folding grill to keep a clean, open vibe even when the counter is closed. A ticket counter might opt for a solid rolling shutter that's seamlessly painted to blend right into the surrounding architecture. Meanwhile, a bank might pick a punched side-folding option. It gives them high security but still lets the necessary HVAC airflow get through. It's just a beautiful mix of function and design.
Then we have step 4, operation and access. And this is entirely about your people. You really have to consider who is actually operating these shutters during the opening and closing shifts. If the barrier is too heavy or clunky for your closing shift manager to pull down, it becomes a major workplace hazard. Or honestly, it simply won't get used. The guidance is crystal clear here. Choose between manual or motorized operations based squarely on the ergonomic needs of the staff you employ.
Finally, Section 4, calculating long-term ROI. Let's justify the budget for this upgrade. And this brilliantly illustrates the core financial concept here, total cost of ownership, or TCO. When you're justifying an upgrade like this, you cannot just look at the invoice for the metal and the installation. You have to look at the long-term value the counter shutter actually provides. It's a mathematical equation. You're comparing that one-time upfront cost against the continuous ongoing operational and security savings that you'll experience month after month, year after year. Let's walk through exactly how that upfront cost gets offset. First, you've got the obvious ones: avoided break-ins and prevented vandalism. A visible deterrent stops the crime before the glass ever gets broken, which saves you from major inventory loss and painful insurance deductibles. But then we have those hidden gems we talked about earlier. You get massive labor savings from reduced product movement, and you completely eliminate the damages that come from constant stock rotation. Plus, these commercial shutters are incredibly durable. That means they perform extremely well over time with very low maintenance and upkeep costs. By the time you add all those operational savings together, the system effectively pays for itself. Which leaves us with this final, really important question to ponder. Is your storefront security just an expense? A line item you resent paying every month? Or by implementing the right counter shutter system, is it an investment that actually protects your margins and streamlines your daily labor? If this explainer got you thinking about your own hidden vulnerabilities, it might just be time to review your storefront, assess your risk level, and figure out the absolute best fit for your business. Thanks so much for joining me for this consultation. Keep learning, stay focused, and I'll see you on the next one.